Hi guys, it's Amanda, and today I'll be reviewing Sarah Dessens' The Truth About Forever. I read this book for Bookable's Sarah Dessen Books Club, and this is the first book we're reading, and it was really good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. There were some issues with it, but I really enjoyed the story. I'll be doing this review in 2 sections. The first half will be spoiler free, and then after that I'll be giving some thoughts and everything that may include some spoilers. The Truth About Forever is the story of Macy, who is still struggling with her father's death a few years ago, but she feels that she can't tell anyone that she's struggling because her mum needs her to be strong, and she's had to be strong for everyone else. Instead, she deals with her life in the only way she knows how, by controlling it. So she's trying to be perfect. She's dating the perfect guy, Jason, who everyone knows is perfect and is going places and is really smart, and then she's trying to get into all these colleges, and she's going to have the perfect job working in the library that will look good on her college applications, and all this seems to be forming this wonderful perfect life. The only problem is Macy's still miserable. When the perfect boyfriend Jason goes away to brain camp for summer, Macy tells him she loves him, and he then tells her that he wants to go on a break because she's being too clingy, and he wants them to have the summer apart to work out what they want from this relationship, because he's going to need to focus on his studies next year. All in all, her summer's shaping up pretty badly. Her boyfriend's basically just broken up with her, and although the library job that she's got will look good on college transcripts, she really doesn't enjoy it, and her workmates treat her like she's stupid, and she doesn't really have that many friends outside her boyfriend. Cue Wish Catering. Macy's mother hires these people to cater an event that she's hosting to advertise for these new townhouses that her mother's trying to promote in their area. And there Macy meets a whole host of wonderfully chaotic characters. But while she's tried so hard to be perfect, you've got these others who see the beauty in flaws, who think that everything happens for a reason, and who are actually worried if things are going too well because there needs to be some chaos in the world. And Macy decides to join them. She starts catering with them, and they all become really close friends. And there's one friend in particular who really pulls Macy out of her shell, and that is Wes. I really loved Wes's character. I felt that all the conversations he and Macy had were really clever and deep and witty, and I thought that was really enjoyable. Macy I connected with straight away. I found that I understood her really well, and I just felt for her because I understood where she was coming from. Towards the end of this book, Macy started to annoy me though, because by the end of it I just wanted her to fight, and she just refused to fight, and it just sort of became where there comes a point where you get irritated with characters for not standing up for themselves, and she sort of was definitely towing that line at points. The first couple of 100 pages I did find a little bit slow, but once the catering stuff really got into the book, I really quite enjoyed it. They're all so wonderfully developed as characters. Even though they're side characters, it's all very cleverly put together in such a way that they're believable. That being said, the story itself is not all that interesting as such. It's basically a story about a girl who spends her summer with a new job and a new group of friends, and while it is enjoyable, I think the best part about this book that makes me want to rave about it, and I've found that to be the case with most of Sarah Dessen's books, is the reflection she puts in, like all the talk about forever that she puts into this book, and the idea of what makes forever and what you want to be doing with your life. All of the reflection stuff I found really interesting and really beautifully written and just so clever, and I think that's one of her real strengths. And in this book I really enjoyed it, to the point where I gave it 5 stars despite the fact that the plot was really nothing special. It was just a beautifully written book with a really great leading man who was a little bit different to what you would come to expect. Okay, that's it for the non-spoiler section, so if you haven't read this book, I urge you to go read it. If you want to, I urge you to join the Sarah Dessen Book Club started by Bookables, because it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and we can have lots of great conversation. Okay, now on to the section which may contain some spoilers. This book had so many moments when I wanted to cheer. I wanted to, like, applaud Macy, because there were points where she really came out of her shell. When she quit her job at the library, I was cheering for her and so excited. But that made it just so much worse than when, after she'd become this great character who'd done this big step of growth, she slid back too easily into the person she used to be when her mother yelled at her and punished her for being late to this event that she wanted her to go to because she was at the hospital when Delia was having the baby. I just felt that was really ridiculous that she didn't fight. She didn't want to say, I want to see my friends, you can't make me quit my job, I want to live my life the way I want. No, she just slipped into being the same person she was, the person her mother wanted her to be, and not the person that made her happy. She just let herself become miserable again, and that really, really irritated me, because I sort of managed to let it go because that point was not very long, but it was just, when it was happening, it was just so irritating, because you know she can fight, you know she wants to be able to do these, she's already made her choice, but she decides that her mother is more important than her own happiness. And I felt, while I can understand it, her mother's happiness is not directly connected to her own. She can be happy and have her mum be happy as well. It's not her responsibility to make her mum feel happy and comfortable. The mother's meant to be looking after her. The worst bit, of course, was when Wes said, I'll be running past your place, come meet me. And she just sat there as he ran past. He slowed down and she still just waited until he went away. And it was just ridiculous that she let this relationship that she had with Wes go completely, despite the fact that it was bringing her out of the shell, making her a better person, and she was the one person that she could tell anything to. She didn't even talk to her mother the way she talked to Wes, and she gave that all up because her mother told her to, and she didn't even fight for it. I was really disappointed in her in that part of the book, I have to admit. I really loved the ending. I thought the ending was really clever, it was cute, it was sweet, and it just worked so well. Okay guys, that's it from me. I'll see you next time with a new video. Bye guys!